Hello everyone, this is Otto Victor Omeni, welcoming you to Excel Victory Academy, where math is made easy. Please subscribe, like and share our content in this channel. Also hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever a new video is released, and don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section below. Thank you. Okay, what is indices? Indices is a plural form of the word index. Index, and it refers to a small number that is written at the superscript of another number. It shows basically the number of times a particular term multiplies itself. It is also known as power. It is also known as exponent. That is, you will have something like a raised to the power of 2. We can say the index of a is 2, or a exponent 2. Right? So the following are the laws that governs indices. Laws of indices. First, we have multiplication law. We also have division law. 3, we have power law. Then we also have products power law. Then number 5, we have zero index. Zero index. 6, we have negative index. We have negative index. 7, we have root power. And lastly, we have fractional index. So these are the several laws that govern the operation of indices. So all the examples, all the problems, all the questions you'll be seeing under this topic, indices, your knowledge of this law and its application will help you to solve them effectively. Now, what is multiplication law all about? Multiplication law states that when you are multiplying similar terms, or you have numbers of the same basis multiplying themselves, you just add their powers. That is, if you have, for instance, m raised to the power of x multiplying m raised to the power of y, the law states that since the bases are the same, pick one of the bases, then add their powers. So this is what the multiplication law of indices is all about. Also, we have a raised to power n multiplying a raised to power m. So since the bases are the same, since you are multiplying similar terms, you pick one of the bases, then you sum. So we are done with multiplication law. Division law states that when you are dividing similar terms or numbers with the same basis, you will subtract the power of the divisor from that of the dividend. That is the power of the numerator from that, the power of the denominator from that of the numerator. For instance, if you have m raised to power of x dividing m raised to power y, the law states that you should subtract the power of a divisor from that of the dividend. Also, if you have, for instance, 2 raised to the power of 3 divided by 2 raised to the power of 4, the law states that you should pick just one of the bases, then you subtract their powers, and this will give us 2 raised to the power minus 1. Okay, that is all on division law. Moving to power law. Power law states that if a number is already raised to a particular number and is further raised to another number, you have to multiply their powers. For instance, if this m is already raised to power of x, perhaps in a bracket, and then you have it raised to another power again, y, this will be equal to m raised to the power of x times y, which is equal to m raised to power xy. Also, if you have a raised to power 2 and further raised to power 3, this is equal to a raised to power 2 times 3, which is equal to a raised to power 6. Alright, that is all on power law. Alright, for product power, the law states that when products of different factors are raised to a certain number, perhaps in a bracket, the power is distributed over each of the factors that are in that bracket. For example, if we have 3 A, B, C in a bracket, the law states that this power that is outside here should be distributed over each of the factors here that are in the bracket. So we will have 3 raised to power 2 multiplying A raised to power 2 multiplying B raised to power 2 and multiplying C raised to power of 2. Now 3 raised to power 2 is 3 times 3, which gives us 9. A squared, B squared, and then C squared. Secondly, if we have, for instance, m raised to the power of 3, according to product power law, we will have n raised to the power of 3 multiplied by m raised to the power of 3, and this gives us m to the power of 3, m to the power of 3. So that is all on product power. Now moving to zero index. The law states that any non-zero digit raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Meaning any number other than 0 that is raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. For instance, n raised to the power 0 is equal to 1, where n is not equal to 0. That is what it means, a non-zero digit. N must be a non-zero digit for this law to apply. For instance, if you have 1000 raised to the power of 0, it is still equal to 1. That is what zero index is all about. Okay? Negative index. When the index of a particular number is negative, the law states that you should take the reciprocal of that number, that index, then raise it to a positive number. That is, if you have 2, for instance, raised to the power of -1, you will have to take the reciprocal of this. I'm taking the reciprocal of this, meaning 1 divided by 2 raised to the power 1. We are raising this to the power of the positive, so this negative sign is no longer going to show here. That is what negative index is all about. If you also have a, for instance, raised to the power of 3, taking the reciprocal of it gives us 1 raised to the power 1 divided by a raised to the power of 3. That is the positive version of this. Now, root power. Basically, this involves showing the indices for different roots. For instance, if a particular number is raised to half, the law states that you should take the square root of 2. If it is a raised to the power of 1/3, we have to take the cube root of a. That is, you will have cube root of a. Then for this one, you will have square root of 2. Looking at the denominator here, that is what root power is all about. Again, you can have b raised to the power 1/4. That is, we are going to find the fourth root of b. So that is all on root power. For fractional index, when a number is raised to a fraction other than half, the law states that we should first find the root, the nth root of the denominator, then raise the outcome to the power of the numerator. For instance, if a is no longer raised to the power 1/2, but raised to the power of 2/3, fractional index states that we should find the nth root of the denominator. This is the denominator in this case, so we are going to find the cube root of a. Thereafter, we raise the outcome to the power of the numerator. Right? That is, if we have 8, for instance, raised to the power of 2/3, it's going to be the cube root of 8, then we'll raise the outcome to this power of the numerator, which is 2. In this case, the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. That is, 2 multiplying 2 by 2 in 3 places will give us 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. Now we're going to raise the outcome of this to power 2, which is equal to 4.